I want to tell you how Jesus saved my life. It was one of those regular days. I had just gotten fired from my boss. I was driving home in my car, which I had just taken out a loan on, brand new, and I was going home. I had just gotten fired, and I was going home to tell my wife that I didn't have a job. And I get about 2 miles from my house and there is a big sign on the highway that says, "We buy any car." So I called them. I took the car in. They gave me $30,000 for my car, less than what I owed on it. And I figured, okay, I'll just pay the difference, I'll be alright. I'll just pay the difference and I'll have a few bucks left over. I can get by for a couple of months. And I get home and I tell my wife, "Honey, I just got fired and I sold the car." And she said, "What do you mean you sold the car? You don't have a job. We have bills to pay. We have a mortgage. What are we gonna do?" Then God spoke to me and said, "Get up, get dressed, go to the living room and pray." So I did. I got up, got dressed, went to the living room, and I fell on my knees and I prayed and I asked God to forgive me for my unbelief. And I remember distinctly the words that I spoke. I said, "God, if you can just give me a job where I can make twice what I made before, I will never doubt you again." Well, guess what? 5 minutes after I prayed, the phone rang. It was my boss who I just got fired from. He said, "Get your butt down here. We need you. We let somebody else go and we need you back. We're sorry we fired you." He said, "You have to be here in 15 minutes. So I got in my car and I raced down there. When I got there, he said, "I want to apologize to you for firing you. It was a mistake." And he said, "Here's your check. It's for 2 weeks. I said, No. I don't want 2 weeks. I want a job." And he said, "Well, we can't give you a job." I said, "Well, why not?" He said, "Because you quit." I said, "I didn't quit. You fired me." He said, "Well, that's in the past. Let's forget about it. Come on back to work." And so I went back to work. About 3 weeks after I went back to work, my boss came and sat me down. He said, "Do you know why I called you in?" I said, "Why?" He said, "Because I want to double your salary." So I went from making $20 an hour to $40 an hour. And then within 6 months, I was promoted. And within 4 years, I became the youngest branch manager in the company at 28 years old. And then God spoke to me again and said, "Get up, get dressed, and come with me." And I did. I got up, got dressed, and I followed him. And he took me into his office and he gave me an envelope